Hello and happy Monday of week 16. I'm so happy to see all of you. Here come our announcements for Monday. First, a special one that does not really have a slide to go with it.
So we're running the 10-day give for our Jesus in the Gospels class. You will get an email with a sign-up sheet if you help with the organizing and sorting. So there will be boxes that will end up in your nests in your mod areas. If you have stuff you don't want, like old clothes or just stuff you don't want to take home, or if you're international and are like, I really don't want this, I'm graduating, all of that stuff can go in these boxes. If you sign up and help us, you'll get 5 CE points per time you help. And also, Michelle will have door prizes. So it does say on the email you'll get, it'll say that it is from 7 to 8 p.m. That does not mean it's going to take you a whole hour to do it. It's going to be however fast you do it. So you can get it done in 20 minutes and get your 5 CE points and get whatever Michelle provides also. So look out in your email. It'll probably be an email from Gary Hunley. Please help us. It will be greatly appreciated.
And thank you. Give her a big hand. Yay for my Jesus in the Gospels class for doing this. By the way, some of those door prizes will be the famous Michelle Brownies.
All right. The Lark's Nest Cafe weekly special is soda float for $3.50. Your choice of soda with a large scoop of our creamy vanilla ice cream. Follow them on Instagram for weekly specials and other information. Next.
Wednesday night worship will be in the Kime basement at 9 p.m. Come hear student testimonies and worship together. Earn 5 CE points for attending. Next.
Notes of encouragement on a post. Notes of encouragement on a post with a lark will be hung throughout campus later this week. If you find one, bring it to Student Life in exchange for a treat. Treats are candy bars, chips, and other snacks. Next.
Ooh, right. The following is information you need to know about the dorms closing, so very, very important. Storage is available for returning students. Hours of when storage is available is on any of the posters in the dorm, so read that. Large items, such as bikes and furniture, are stored in the Kaufman Court storage and are placed in the storage first on Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday. Things to do before your items are ready to store. Label these items with your name, right? Put a list of the contents on the outside of containers or boxes. Clean and dry out refrigerators. Please do that. Last of all, fill out the storage log form and show the confirmation email to the person at the storage time. Next.
Dorms will close on Sunday, May 18th at noon. At checkout, make sure your room is empty or your items are removed. If you are present in person and your key is returned. Next.
Okay. First step, sign up for checkout time by scanning the QR codes on the posters. Schedule first with your RD, and then if your RD is not available for the desired time, go by the room location. Next.
Next, pack up room prior to your checkout time. There is storage available for returning students. Open storage times are on the storage posters. All trash should be emptied into the dumpster. Trash should be emptied into the dumpster. Next.
Before your checkout time, vacuum your floor, empty your wall of command strips, wipe out all of the drawers, just plain old clean up tops of dressers, bottoms of closets. You'd be amazed what student life may or may not find, and that is not good. Send all of your kind notes to professors before then as well. And if you have any questions, please reach out to Natalie or Jacob. Now for our athletic announcements.
The athletic banquet is tonight. If you're an athlete, the meal starts to be served at 6 p.m. If you're not an athlete, You're asked to go through the line from 5:30 to 6 and take your meal to the snack shop, Lark's Nest, because the tables will be set for the banquet. Softball defeated Coffeyville in a doubleheader on Tuesday 9-1 and 5-1, and in their last doubleheader of the season on Saturday defeated Independence 5-3. The women's flag football team is at the national tournament in Kansas City as we speak, playing games Tuesday, Wednesday, depending how they do. They may play on Thursday. Men's and women's track participated in the region meet last week. Michelle Lewis was the top Larks finisher in 10th place in the hurdles for the Larks. You can see all results on the athletic website. The golf team leaves tomorrow for the regional meet. Wish them good luck. Baseball won 3 games last week with a 7-6 win over region opponent East Central, and on Friday a 3-1 win over North Arkansas, and on Saturday a rousing 6-inning rally in the 7th inning for a 10-9 win over North Arkansas on Southmore Day. The team plays in the regional tournament this week in Missouri. Esports Rocket League team will play this Thursday for a national championship after winning the national semifinal match last Thursday 4-2 over Wilkes University. There's a watch party this Thursday evening. The last watch party had popcorn and snow cones. I don't know what is planned for this watch party, but it should be fun. Watch your email for details.
Hesston College has always prided itself on a place of fine writing and excellent visual arts. And we are also very grateful to Marion Barton for helping create this beautiful journal, and so that we have a permanent record of this fine student work called Acuity. Every year we have a contest, and please welcome Marion Barton as she begins to introduce our winners.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. Okay, this year was a very robust competition. Choosing the winners was tricky. Well done, all of you who participated, whether you won in a particular category or not, or were included in the annual publication or not. Your voice matters and your writing is valid. Please keep writing and keep contributing to this writing community and any other writing community that finds your path in life. It is so incredibly important and rewarding to share your stories. You may never know what joy or insight or healing or clarity you may bring to a reader, but as you write and share your voice, you will know and grow in your own joy and healing and insight and clarity. Keep writing. If you did not participate but have come to support this year's contributors, thank you for coming. And also please consider working on your own writing pieces and contributing next year. What you have to say is important. I want to give a special thank you to a few individuals in regards to the publication, to Professor Joshua Cross for serving as the artistic director, to Sarah Hadaway for her hard work as co-editor, to our student editors, Riley and Jocelyn, well done all of you. I also want to thank the writing assistant staff this year for their important effort on this project, the staff at Marcom for their beautiful work on the magazine. I brought a copy so you could see, it's gorgeous. All of the art students who submitted pieces to accompany the writing in the publication, and again, anyone who participated in the contest this year. Thank you, everyone. Without further ado, we will proceed to the readings by the winners of each of the categories. Jocelyn for poetry, April for nonfiction, Gresa for editorial, and Mariah for short fiction. The artists featured on the slides during this presentation are Cambry, Amy, and Ibuki in that order. After the readings are complete, we will hand out the awards.
My name is Jocelyn, and this is my poem, Matching. Stripes paired with polka dots, gossip followed by service projects, heels with sweatpants, I love you, followed by the reverberation of heavy shouts. The clothing seems off, doesn't it? As though somehow stripes and polka dots are an abomination and heels worn with sweatpants are a shock. Yet gossip, empty deeds, and fake words don't faze us. We match our shirts to our shoes, but not our words to our actions. The amount of care put into what we say, mirroring what we do, is infinitesimal compared to the time spent looking at our own reflection. The true beauty we should desire often pales next to the beauty of the world. Yet we are called higher still. Love is a brand. Wear it consistently, wear it with humility, and make sure that what you put on is greater than what you've taken off. Thank you.
I'm April, and this is my story called The Big Game. The lights beaming down on my face with all the attention on me. The stands were packed on both sides as the other team had home field advantage, but we were ready to make an upset. April 6th was a hot, humid night. After all, just sitting in the stands, you would break a sweat, but that was Houston weather. It felt like a normal night to most, but for me and my team, that was the day we worked for all year long. That was the day we were ready to show people we were a force to be reckoned with. Getting ready for that game against Spring High School felt just the same as every other game. We hit batting practice at our field, ate lunch, and packed our bus, just a normal routine everyone was used to. It felt no different as of other games, as if we weren't trying to prove ourselves because they had beaten us for 12 consecutive years. We got on the bus and watched our junior varsity team. We got to the field and watched our junior varsity team play against theirs while we sat in the stands cheering till it was time to warm up. We've seen these players play all the time. We study them. We study their pitcher. We prepared for weeks in advance. We were ready. This was our year they wouldn't go undefeated. This was our year. As we got to the field, we were hyped and ready to play. Minutes before the leadoff batter would step in the box, the spring coach yelled that there was lightning in the area and we needed a 30-minute delay. We looked at the forecast and we didn't see anything, as we felt it wasn't fair, as our energy was trying to be put on a pause, as if it was their plan all along to make us sit back and get in our heads. That would not be the case. As we got on the bus, we blasted music to keep a high energy level, to stay ready for when we would get back on the field. As the game started and the first half of the inning was over, we knew we were going to get in their heads as we scored 5 runs. We've never scored that much against them, and to do it all in one inning was exhilarating. Then we proceeded to shut them out for the following 3 innings. 3 were up and 3 went right back down. We knew this would be a long game, one where we wouldn't stop fighting. I was on the mound, pitching my heart out. It felt like my heart was pumping so fast it would fly out my chest with every pitch. The pressure was high. It felt as if the game had to be perfect for us to have a chance, because they weren't going down without a fight. As we stopped them, they did the same to us. We hadn't scored since the first inning. Then it happened. They got 1 run. 1 slowly turned into 2, then 2 turned into 3. We were only up by two going to the 5th inning, and we knew there was no room for error or they would capitalize on it. Then it happened, every pitcher's worst nightmare, the long inning, where getting 3 outs felt almost impossible, and it feels as if you're pitching for years. With each pitch, the embarrassment starts to wash over you more and more. The air suddenly feels thin as they hit another pitch, as they take another base, as an error by the defense is made. By the end of the inning, we were down 3 runs, putting us at 5-8. Going up to bat, we knew a change had to be made. We knew we could hit offer because we already had. Our coach told us we were letting them win, that they shouldn't be up right now, that we let it happen and we need to get out of it. And we did. We stepped up to the plate and got 2 runs back, putting us right back in the game at 7-8. Then we held them. With 1 inning over, we still had a chance. This was our game, and we held them. 3 batters went up and 3 batters went down. As we went back up to bat, we knew we needed at least 2 runs to win, but we only got 1, so the pressure was on for the last bottom half of the inning. Both teams tied at 8-8. It felt like the battle of the pitchers, who can last the longest. I had 2 outs, and then the 3-hole came up to bat. She had gotten on base every at-bat, and I wanted to walk her so badly. I tried to walk her. Then it happened. I left one too close to the zone, and she smacked the ball so hard I knew as soon as it came off the bat it was gone, and it was. She trotted around the bases screaming as she just walked off the game with a home run, and I felt my heart wanting to crumble. I had just lost the game with one pitch. Putting my head down and walking off the field, I knew our chances of beating them for the first time in a long time was gone. The weeks and weeks of work were for nothing, as if they proved that they were the better team no matter how hard we tried. The bus ride back home was silent as a wave of defeat fell over us. While we've done better against them than ever before, we still lost. The big game was a heartbreak for me and my teammates.
Hi, I'm Grace Arapi, and this is my editorial. None of us are free until all of us are free. This is a phrase used countless times in history and unfortunately is still being used to this day. A simple phrase that is a cry out for help with injustice. One thing I was educated on during Martin Luther King Jr. Day was a letter he wrote from Birmingham jail. MLK wrote this letter directed towards 8 white fellow clergymen while incarcerated, addressing his beliefs and restating how the people needed to do better. Do better with standing up for what was right, and do better to fight injustice. In this letter, MLK gives examples of times where racism has affected and even taken the lives of innocent black people. He wasn't asking for anything more than just basic human rights. This letter led to people fighting for MLK and what he stood for. Through peaceful civil rights protests, people knew that what he was fighting for was right, and they recognized his bravery and knew that they also needed to help him. People risked their lives to protest for basic human rights, but the recognition of MLK's bravery gave many people courage to protest. We wouldn't be the nation we are today without Martin Luther King Jr.'s bravery and strength. Although we still have our problems as a nation, we are much better today than before, and we won't stop standing up for the basic human rights of everyone in our nation, regardless of color, race, or religion. Thank you.
My name is Mariah, and I'm going to read a short excerpt from my story, A Darker Desire. Every day is the same. I wake up next to a man I don't love, go to a job I hate, and live a life I stopped caring about a long time ago. I know my life isn't exciting. My marriage to Jeremy has settled into a dull, predictable routine. Shared coffee in the morning, teaching throughout the day, dinner in silence, and sleepless nights next to a stranger. Jeremy and I work at the same school, Easton High. He teaches freshman algebra while I teach English for the seniors. Our interactions are limited to simple and polite exchanges, not the kind of conversations you would expect from a married couple of 15 years. Once meaningful conversations turned into quick glances in the hallways and brief conversations about nothing more than the weather and grading schedules. Then Anthony arrived. He was a younger, confident new teacher hired to teach history. He had an easy charm that made students and teachers alike gravitate toward him. I was no exception. I found myself drawn to his energy, the way he spoke with passion about historical literature, and how he smiled as he passed me in the hallway. One afternoon in the lounge, I was grading papers, and Anthony walked in. His confidence turned heads as he sat in the chair next to mine. He sipped on his coffee and leaned in closer than usual. "Go out to dinner with me," he whispered, his voice low, demanding but intimate. My heart pounded, and my cheeks flushed a bright red. I know my marriage to Jeremy has long lost its spark, but I could never betray him like this. "I can't, I'm married," I said through an embarrassed expression. I felt eyes peering at me as I looked down to sip my coffee. I felt disappointment linger in the air between us. His gaze burned into my skin, sharp and unrelenting, like daggers piercing through me. I looked up to see Anthony's face harden, but he said nothing. He simply nodded and walked away. This story centers on a woman trapped in a lifeless marriage with her husband, marked by routine silence and lack of intimacy. Into her dull life enters Anthony, a new and charismatic history teacher who brings energy and passion, which is something she hasn't felt in years. This scene captures the beginning of an emotional conflict. Christina isn't happy in her marriage, but she also doesn't want to cross the line into betrayal. Yet the temptation reveals how emotionally starved she truly is. It sets the stage for the rest of the story, which is a deeper exploration of longing, guilt, and the quiet breakdown of love.
Keep an eye out for the magazine around campus. There's also a link to the online archive of this magazine. accessible through the English department page on my Hesston. You'll have to read the ending to Mariah's story. It's really good. It's really good. Okay, again, thank you all for joining us today and for your support. What else did I want to say? What? Is there another third visual art? This is the one. This is the third one, yes. So all 4 winners, please come on up here and get your prize. They all won a gift card to Barnes & Noble. And please go ahead and read the magazine. There are all kinds of pieces in there from students and professors alike, and I think you'll really enjoy it. One more round of applause.
Thank you all. Thank you all. This was a beautiful, yeah, and thank you to all of our English professors and for Joshua Cross for nurturing these talents. Again, be looking for emails about the 10-day give. I want to encourage everyone to come this Friday for formation where there'll be Lark Fest, and it might be that many of you, who knows, will be receiving some awards, so please be sure to attend. That's really all I have. God's blessings on you today. We'll do Moodle. Thanks. Moodle is up if you're walking out. Moodle is up. Yep.